Good morning. Today is Wednesday, January 14th, and this is our pre-market review for the broader markets, Tesla levels, and some strategy on some Tesla options trades that I do. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you can get future notifications. Morning, Anthony. And also hit that thumbs up button, like this video, and down in the description you can join the Discord community for live trading that goes on from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Time every day, where I go over some basic trade strategies on Tesla options, along with some other advanced strategies on my methodology on when I take trades, where my stops are, take profits, etc. So let's get into the economic data that we had this morning. Let's see how it is responding. We had core PPI. It was flat, expected up 2.2%. Core retail sales at up 0.5%, and it was a little better. PPI month over month, it was flat, and then retail sales month over month, it was up a percentage point, and then current accounts, I'm not really sure what that is. 226 billion versus 235 billion. Take a look and see what that is, even though it's a yellow folder here. Imported and export goods. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's just the difference between how much is imported versus exported. So anyways, nothing earth-shattering there. Let's see here. Nothing else I've seen on the data on the docket for today. Tomorrow, I think we have, let me see, tomorrow you have unemployment claims at 7:30, and then Philly Fed manufacturing, that should do something at 7:30, nothing else after that. And then Friday, it looks like a pretty clean slate. I think that the Supreme Court is we're supposed to have some kind of ruling on the tariffs, whether they're going to roll them back or not for today. So pay attention to that. There could be some movement during the day. So anyways, let's get into the broader markets. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, like this video. ES, let's get into the ES. Choppiness, just see you make the new highs and then falls right off it, right? So we are in this regressional trend line here for the ES. We're in the lower half of it right now. So I would say that until we can get above this midline here, this white line is the mid-range of this regressional trend line, and it's below the previous all-time highs. That was back in October of 7,014. We're selling off right now, so I would say that there's more down. Looks like there's more downside coming right now. We are looking at a 4-hour chart right now, so let's we can break it down to a 15-minute chart. I would say that there's certain levels that you want to hold today. This first level, 69.54, is last Friday's low. You want to hold that. If you lose that low, I think you're going to come down to 69.35 and a 25 first. And then if you lose that, I think a better entry for a long would be down here at the 68.72, which also comes down here with this lower regressional trend line at 68.55, 63. Why? Somebody asked me the other day, why do I do the broader markets every day and go over the ES and the NASDAQ? Well, it's an index of everything that you're trading. So the S&P's has 30% technical, technology type stocks in there, whereas the NASDAQ has 50%. So you'll see, like when your Mag 7 is moving in an upward direction, the NASDAQ is going to do better than the ES on certain days. But you can see, like right now, since I would say the last month and a half, the Mag 7 has been lagging. And so the NASDAQ hasn't really had any steam, and the ES has had a little better results than the NASDAQ. But anyway, so it's an index, and so it's kind of an overall holistic view of the entire market, of how the market's doing. So right now you're seeing, some sell-off happening right now, nothing earth-shattering, but we are in this lower trend line here, of this regressional trend line here. So I would say that downside is definitely imminent today a little bit. You want to hold this level here, especially that 69.35.25 there. If you lose that 69.54.82, if you lose that 69.35 in a quarter, you're going to come down to that 68. Or you could come down to that 68.72 level. before you start moving higher. And then the 7,036.25 is all-time highs. I think if you can regain this previous all-time high at 7,014, and then obviously the 7,036 level, you can start pushing towards this higher end of the regressional trend line here at 71.65.66, and then you could start getting some higher level set, and then you could start charting from there. Let's get into the NASDAQ. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and then hit that thumbs up button like this video. So the NASDAQ, we are above the 20-day SMA. We're above the 50-day SMA. And, it is chopping around though. So the same thing on the ES. We're in this regressional trend line here. So let me clean this up a little bit here. But we are on the lower half of it, right? So, your all-time highs are sitting up here at 26,670. So in order for us to start pushing higher there, you're going to have to regain this level, the midline of this regressional trend line here at 26,122.95. So you can see how it's rejecting it right in this level here. We tried to get above it in December here, and then the Christmas rally failed us, right? And so you can see how it just came up here, failed us again towards the end of the year, and then here we at the beginning of the year right now got up here, failed again. So we are still on the lower side of this regressional trend line. So you have to respect that. So I would say that certain levels today you want to hold here is this 25,668. If you lose that, you come down to this, the next level I have down here for support is 25,608.25. If you lose that level, I think that you're going to, you're probably giving back, because right now you're giving back everything that we made on Monday. So, this is all right here. I call this, everything that, this is called a nice little speed, a speed trap here. So it's getting all the longs trapped up here. So now that they're all, it's a speed zone here. So all these longs right here, they're like, oh, they're wrong. And now they're getting out of their longs right now. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing on the way down. So it becomes a speed zone. So, this could potentially, if we get above this level right here, mark this. So if we do get above that 25,919.25, this will become a nice speed zone too on the upside, right? But you can see right here that we're losing this level right here. And so, I would say that maybe if the market pops back up here, you could possibly take a short back down here to the downside, because we're definitely getting some sell-off this morning. So if you lose, I would say if you lose this 25,688, you're coming down to this 25,608.25. And then if you lose that level, I would say, let me expand this out a little bit. If you lose that, I say you're coming down to definitely right down here in this 25,525. Now, I wouldn't say definitely. These are all probabilities, right? When it comes to technical analysis, it's all about probabilities and levels that where the market comes and gravitates back to us, right? Because the market likes housekeeping, it likes coming back and hitting certain levels. So right now, I would say that this is a good support level here. Break and retest. If you break a high, it comes back down and wants to test that high. It's a weekly high. So that would be a good level of support. So if you are bullish on the NASDAQ, this could be a good level for a long, right? You take a long here at this 25,688, and then you have your stop. You could possibly put your stop, maybe down right in here. It's 25,632, 30 points lower if you're wrong on that. So, whenever I take a trade, if you come in the trade room, I always discuss that. The first thing I look at when I'm taking a trade is not where I'm taking my profit, but where am I taking my stop? Because you always have to identify where your risk is going to be. So on the downside, that's what I'm looking at on the downside. As far as on the upside today, if you recapture this 25,833.57, I think you can push higher on this 25,919.25. If you regain this 25,919.25, I think you could push back up to this midline regressional trend line 26,116.79. Does this all happen today? I don't know. It depends on what kind of catalyst you have to move the market. Who knows if the Supreme Court comes out today with some kind of announcement regarding the tariffs, that could definitely be a huge catalyst and definitely move the market. So be on your toes for any kind of news that comes out. for regarding the Supreme Court ruling on the tariffs, if they're going to roll it back. But one thing to keep note on the NASDAQ, we are above the 20-day SMA. We are above the 50-day SMA. We are above the, where are we? Is that the, I think that is the 100-day, it looks like, right? Or that's just a 20-day extended. No, that's a 20. So we are above the 20 and we are above the 50. And yeah, the 100's all the way down here. So it is bullish right now, even though it's a bit choppy. So I would say pullback longs is not a bad idea either. So, but we are getting some downward pressure this morning. So let's get into Tesla right now. Again, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, and like this video. So Tesla struggled yesterday. We thought we were going to get a nice little move to the upside. Thought we were going to touch this point of control that's still open. I'm still having this level open here from January 5th, 455.09 is a level that's still open. Let me see if I can clean this up here for us. It's a little better for us. So, those of you that are new, I have these point of control levels that are open, and it's automatically generated from a script that I have on my charts here. And the yellow line plots it, and it shows where the market is trading, where the heavy volume is traded for that day. And it plots a yellow line, and it gives you like kind of the average. And so what happens, I'll leave a line open for a point of control, meaning that if the market doesn't come back and hit that level, let me expand this out so you can see what I'm talking about. After it sets the level here, it's a price level. Let me get the point of control. So there we go. So you can see right here, this point of control level from January 5th, when the market closes and it sets that level, if it doesn't come back up and hit that level, I draw a yellow line here until the market comes back up and touches that level. I leave that open. So there's an open point of control from January 5th at 455.09 that's still open. Also, way above that, there's a point of control open at 478.35 from December 26th. That's still open as well, and I'll show you that, what I'm talking about. That's definitely a clear point of control that's open, and here it is. And so you can see clearly on this one that the market closed. Here's that point of control, and then when it closed here, if the market comes back up and touches it in post-market, pre-market, I'll close it. But if it doesn't come back up here and touch it, this is now an open point of control until the market comes back up and touches that level. I leave it open. And so it's good to have it up there. It will then act as a support or resistance level, right? So if it's below the market, then if the market comes back down to it, I'll use it as a support. If it's above the market, then like this 455.09, if the market would rally up there, I would use that as an area to sell the market short, right? Or I would say to myself, okay, well, if we get above this 450.98 level, this could be my target for a long, right? So there's all kinds of ways to play it, but it's just one thing that I plot on there that I like to have on my screens. There's all different types of levels that I utilize during my trading, but that's one thing I like to go over. Right now, from today going into the market, we have yesterday's close right here at 447.20. We're below that level right now. That's one level I look at right now. So if we're below yesterday's close, I look for, on the market, if the market opens up, I look for a little pop and fade on that level until we can regain yesterday's close. As long as we're below yesterday's close, I'd be looking for shorts. However, we are in some pretty weird areas right now because you are hanging out right at the 50-day SMA. It's still respecting that right now. And we are at yesterday's lows. So I would say, though, if we lose yesterday's lows, yesterday's lows came in here, right about 444. Where were we here? 443.95. If we lose that, we come back down here to January's high, 439.74. That would be, to me, that would be a good long entry. And that's basically like a break and retest. So you break that level, right? So you broke the level right here on Friday. You got above it, and it's a break and retest. So it breaks that level, rallies up for a couple of days, comes back down and tests it. And then you have to see the price action when it comes down here. So if you start to see buyers here, that could be a good long entry to take it back long to go higher, right? So my bias on Tesla is bullish. So if you look at this, even though we're selling off right now, let's take a look at a longer, clean this up a little bit. Let's go to an all clean here. So if you look at this, this trend line here, all the way back from May of last year, Tesla's really, it's trending up. Even though you have some major swings here, we are still rallying up here, right? So this is still a bullish looking pattern here, even though you've had a major sell-off from $4.99, down to $4.44. It's a $50 sell-off from Tesla. It's pretty common for Tesla to do, have these kind of swings. Look at big swing right here, retrace it. Big swing up here, now it's retracing. And so now it's kind of like a rubber band waiting for that next, upward push. So I am bullish on Tesla right now. It's important to hold these levels. It's the lower end regressional trend line here. So if we did get some pullback today, I like this 435 level for us to hold. That's a main level for us to hold today. So let's just take a look at some other things that I could put down here. Yeah, so we're actually having some good support levels down here right now. So I like this where we're approaching right now. So I like my attitude right now on Tesla, though. That 50-day SMA is important for us to hold. Let's get in here, and we're right at it right now. So if we do lose that level with some push, you may want to consider, if the market does push through it on the open and it comes back up here, you may want to use that level as a resistance level and sell it short. You could for some more downside on Tesla. So, this could be another support level down here at 437.91. I would definitely mark that level here because this is a low from Monday. So I would say that may test Monday's lows as well. So, but as long as we're below yesterday's close, and if the market opens up and we're below the VWAP and we're below the open price, I'd be looking for, pop and fades for shorts until we can regain certain levels. So right now you're getting sell off in the pre-market. So right now it's looking weak. And so my bias coming into this, the market today is if the market shows weakness and doesn't regain some of these levels, I'm looking for Tesla to move up and then fade it. Okay. Even though my overall long-term bias on Tesla is bullish, right? So all different ways to play this. So now let's go into how I monetize my bias. So let's go into the options, my trading platform. Again, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, like this video. So now this is what when I do my trading. Okay, so this is what I typically have on my screen. I have other screens that you can't see, but this is my main trading platform. And if you're come into the Discord room, by the way, if you go down to the description, you can join the Discord channel. And this is the channel this is the window that I share. And on the top here, I've got my 2-minute chart, and on the bottom here, I've got my 5-minute chart. So what I have here, I have another script, and this one, I'll enlarge this screen. This one is my 5-minute chart, and this green rectangle that you see here is another automatic generated 5-minute opening range. So when the market is opening up, so this is yesterday's 5-minute opening range. This green line here, it starts to move up and down when the first 5 minutes of the candle starts to generate, right? After the first 5 minutes is done and it's set, this stays stationary for the rest of the day. Not only does it stay stationary for the rest of the day, it stays stationary on all the days that I have in the past. So I can go back and I can analyze all these trades on the 5-minute opening trade, right? So, and it helps you identify this 5-minute opening break, right? So why do we do this 5-minute opening range trade? Well, the first 5 minutes of the day, if you look down here, and I know that those of you that come and watch these at pre-market analysis, it sounds like, oh, I've heard this before. Well, that's what trading is about. It's about rinse and repeat. You do the same thing every day until it becomes part of your body. And that's what trading is about. It's once trading becomes boring, you've then become a trader, right? You want it to become boring. You don't want this to be exciting. You don't want this to be gambling. You want this is a business, so you have to treat it like a business, right? It doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. I enjoy this, all right? I have passion for this. And what is passion? That I would do this for free, right? Because I enjoy this. But that being said, this first 5-minute candle right here, this has the biggest volume. So this gives you a range of the day, and it will identify on most days where the market should be going that day. Now you can see this first 5-minute candle. This is the most indecisive 5-minute candle that you will see. I mean, this is a doji candle where it looks like a top, where you have a wick on the top, you have a wick on the bottom. That means buyers and sellers are battling it out, and the market opened here and it closed here. So that means that no buyers and no sellers won, right? However, it still creates a range. And so now what you do with this range is whenever it breaks one way or the other, you will then take a trade. There's more to it than that, but that's the basics, right? So now what I have on the left-hand side here, on the bottom here, I have my puts. And what are puts? My puts are if I think the market's going down, I'm buying this premium. Okay, and so this premium is a 440 put, and all these strike prices I trade on expire on Friday. So I trade Friday expirations. Okay, so this 440 put, which expires on Friday, it closed yesterday at $3.70. So when I'm buying options, I'm not buying the equity price at $450.20. I am buying this option price, which expires on January 16th, this 440 put option price, and the price I'm going to pay for it is $3.70. So what does that mean? That means if I buy a one lot, this will cost me $370, okay? So it will cost me $370 to buy a one lot of this 440 put that expires on Friday. And if the market goes down, as this market goes down, because I'm buying a put and I want the market to go down if I'm buying a put, this premium price, this $3.70, will move up in value, okay? So that means that if I bought a one lot here at $3.70 and the equity price of $450.20 starts moving down, okay, I know the Tesla's trading lower at 444, and if it starts moving down, this premium price is going to go from 370 to 375, 380. So if I bought a one lot at 370 and I sold it at 375, I just made $5. Okay. So when you figure out your strategy never changes. The only thing that changes is the capital you have in your account. And once you start getting comfortable with your trade and you start having success and the account value grows, then you start increasing your lot size. So if you increase your lot size from, let's say I go from a one lot to a two lot, instead of making $5, I make $2. So now if I increase it from a one lot to a five lot, instead of making $5, I make $25, right? So you can do the multiples on it, and then you get in and out of your trades. So my strategy, of which I go over and I show all of my trades that I'm taking on this account, on this one particular account, I am flat at the end of every day. And what does that mean? That means I don't take any swing positions. I don't take any positions home at the end of any day. And as a matter of fact, I am mostly in and out of my positions within minutes. So when I take a trade, I'm usually in and out of the trade. Very rarely am I in a trade for longer than 2 or 3 minutes. So I get in and out of my trades multiple times a day, and then I make my money, and then I'm done with the day. So, anyways, that's what I'm going to do for today. I'm going to have my strike prices I'm going to have on here for today are 455 calls, which expire on Friday, and my 440 puts, which expire on Friday. So, if you go down in the description area, hit that Discord channel, you can come and join us in the trading room, and you can see, I'll be able to go over this in more detail when I'm in the trading room. So, anyways, hit that subscribe button, and down below, hit that thumbs up button and join the community, and spread the word, share this video. So if I don't see you in the Discord room, I will see everybody tomorrow. Have a great trading day, and watch out for that news that may be coming out on the tariffs today, everybody. Have a great day.